Kids acting up, kids losing game time. Find the right punishment for the kid crime. Having older kids can come with some back talkie. You may need to toss them like a Minecraft chicken jockey.
Hey!
This is New Dad Gaming, rhyming talkie with jockey since 1995.
It works.
The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming. It's a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives.
My name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Each week, we try to show that just because you became a dad,
Does not mean it's game over.
although it doesn't seem to be getting any easier.
No!
As far as our docket is concerned. Sorry, I will push that back a bit. It's a lot easier than babies.
Yes.
Like you can sleep through the night. They can feed themselves a little bit. It is definitely easier.
Yes.
I hate when parents do that. It's like, it never gets easier. It absolutely is. It is so much easier. The new challenges that arise are certainly are interesting. Let's phrase it in that way.
Yeah. They're just getting. It's not like they're adapting, but it's like, like the problems are just different and a little bit like layered.
They're growing. They're growing stronger.
They are. They know our tricks.
They've slowly started to unpack us and expose us for who we are.
That's right.
Now, so this all comes about. So both of our households in this past time has had some kid issues, call it that way, just some pushback and some sort of things that had cropped up. So that's where we kind of kick off the show with. And yours seems to be routed in a Minecraft movie specifically.
Yeah. So this is it has nothing to do with the controversy right now with Minecraft and people being riled up in the theaters yet. But I will start off. Yeah, it kind of goes there a little bit. But I will say my oldest, so my 14-year-old, was something like, so when we didn't record that one week, we had a PD day for the kids, so they were off, and we had multiple emails from the teacher along the way in one of my 14-year-old's classes, like, hey, there's a project due, just make sure that they know the deadline. The kids should all know the deadline. They've spent time in class working on it, and it's due on the PD day at midnight, right? She's giving an extra day for the kids to come home and work on it if they need to, right? And so my 14-year-old got this email. We've seen the email. We checked in with them. Yeah, I'll get to it, whatever, right? So past the PD day, on the Saturday, right, we ask, did you hand in your project? Like, did you finish it, one? And did you hand it in? And they're like, you know the look of like, oh, crap.
It's like, what words should come out of my mouth next?
Yeah, like, do I lie here or like try to sneak away and like hand it in? Because like you can see it that they did not hand it in. And they fessed up saying, I did not. Oh, no, right? And like we didn't get mad or anything. Like that's just, you missed the deadline. It's going to be late. That's the consequence, right? The mark's off, whatever, right? No big deal to us, really. Like, this is how you learn, right? Learn now. You're in grade 9. Learn now. So they go hand it in late, right? I can hear them rustling upstairs I think they're trying to finish it off, right? I don't even think it was done, right? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then like immediately come down, right? Like not showered or anything, not ready to go or anything, but like had a Discord message from their friends saying, hey, my friends are going to the Minecraft movie in 30 minutes. I would like to go. Or no, it wasn't even like I would like to go. It was like, we need to go now, right? And we're like, oh, well, hold up. Like, you just had this whole homework thing. Like did that happen like is your project in or whatever? Because we kind of heard you upstairs run around. And they're like, well, like, not yet. I'm like,
the fact that the first word out of your mouth is well.
Yeah.
That's a bad start. Like, there's
Right?
nothing that well, absolutely, in fact.
Exactly.
I think that's the beginning of the end as far as the sentence. I don't need to know anything else.
Right? Like, you just played your hand, right? Like, okay, now now I know the score. I know what's going on. So they didn't hand it in. Like, they didn't have it done. They wanted to go to this movie because their friends were going to the movie. And it was just like, well, no. Right?
Yeah.
Like, one, it's like, in 30 minutes, that's ridiculous. You can't even get to the theater in that amount of time. You're not showered. You're not ready to go. And two, we've had this whole homework thing. We don't like giving a consequence that doesn't, like, associate right with, what's happening. But, like, that was, like, immediate. Like, no, you didn't take care of your responsibilities, so we can't help you out with this other thing. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, that's...
Yeah.
You need to kind of take care of your stuff.
It's a tough call, too, because, like, you feel it as a parent. It's like, like, that would be cool. I like that you're hanging out with friends. This is all a lot of things that I enjoy. But I have got to stick to the guns, like our guns here, because like if we just like let you off the hook here, then what? Just never do homework again. I guess is the message. Yeah,
and like so second part of that kind of aligns with what you just said.
Follow up.
Right? They would miss the Minecraft movie with their friends, but I planned on like, hey, if he gets it all handed in and stuff, I'll take them, right? And his, younger sibling out to the Minecraft movie, right? They really wanted to see it. It was opening weekend. I will endure that for them and maybe even like start to give them a little bit more freedom where the 14-year-old can take care of their younger sibling and kind of like drop them and leave them and see how they do in the theater, right? Like that to me was like, hey, this could be a good like responsibility thing.
Yeah.
They come down in a mood. Like
with a fix.
Like a mood. Like,
oh my goodness.
Not going over. They don't know that I've kind of like worked this out with like my wife and we're going to plan on doing a Minecraft movie just with us, right? But they are so crabby about missing it. Well, granted, for sure. They had just finished up their project and handed it in, but they were just not having it. They were like cranky and like talking back in like a sassy way to us, right? And it's just like, you know what? This was going to, like I said it, like this was going to happen. You kind of ruined it. I don't want to do that now. Like, you didn't have to come down in like the mood that you're in. You can absolutely be frustrated, but like, can't take it out on people, man. Like,
man, that's been a line we've been saying recently where it's like, you can feel, you're allowed to feel upset, right? You can be angry.
Yeah.
You can be sad like that. Absolutely fine. You cannot act in that space though. Right? Like it's one thing to be angry, but it's another thing to like stomp around and like break something or say something you're going to regret.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you like, don't be angry.
Right.
It's like, no, that's fine. Just feel that, go through it.
Yeah.
But you are not coming downstairs and just like wreaking hot havoc on the entire family because that's how you're feeling.
Exactly. Right. So that's kind of what went down, and it sucked like holding him to that standard where it's like, oh, like, I really wanted to do that. That would have been a fun time and whatever, right? And that's kind of ruined now. I guess the tail end of the story, the silver lining of it was like he did take a couple hours in his room to cool down. Like, not like self-imposed. We didn't say go to your room. We just, he was up there. He came down on his own volition and said, you know what? I screwed up. I shouldn't have done all that. I realized what I did. I should have just like taken care of stuff, and to come down here all cranky was like not right, and I'm sorry, right? And we're like, thank you, like perfect, right? It is too late to go to the Minecraft movie at this point, but
in case I was a Hail Mary, to be clear,
and it didn't seem to be like trying to manipulate us to go, but it was just like, you know what? Okay, thank you for saying that. We'll make plans to go another time. Right? So it ended up in a good spot. It was just like one of those things like, oh man, come on. Like, now I'm upset because we can't go to do the thing that I thought would be fun and looking forward to popcorn.
Me now.
Yeah,
Damn.
Exactly. No, I'm cranky.
No, you're in a mood. Your wife gets you in trouble, grounds you for a week.
That's right.
No beer for you. Damn.
Yeah. So
that Yeah, so that is incredibly similar to what we had on our side because, so unfortunately what happened is some bad marks showed up. So this is something that, we've been very clear about with the kids around. We had increased game time in so much as they could now play during the week. This was initially, it's because they're coming home, they're doing their homework, they're doing what they needed to do, and then they would watch TV.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, well, if they're just like they're already, and that's fine because it's like it's an unwinding thing. Like they're getting their reading in, they're doing their homework, everything's going fine, they're playing with friends, so they would unwind with some TV, and it's like, man, by the time you already are watching TV, you may as well just play a game because that's what you like to do instead. So fine. And also that way too, it just means Saturday, Sunday was the only gaming time. So if we wanted to like go to a Sugar Shack or something on a Saturday, like they'd throw a fit because it's like, oh, that's our only gaming time. Like it's like right. On the weekend. So we're trying to alleviate that a bit. Been working a peach so far.
Okay, good. But so, you're a but.
However, yeah. But he had a bad test. Like and didn't tell us. We didn't notice that it was coming. He didn't study for it, and then he had bad marks. And specifically like below where we had said like you've got to get at least this, right? Like I think I better mention this before. They're on a 1 to 4 system. Right. What did you have when you were going through school? I had like in the lesser grades I had like E was the best.
Yeah.
G like E was excellent. G was good. S might have been like satisfactory.
Yeah,
or something like that. Did you have the similar one?
I think I had that. Like grade. I want to say grade 5 and below was that.
Yeah.
And then they started getting into like actual numbers out of 100, which was scary. But it was that kind of like ranking.
Okay, because now for them it's different. It's just numbers, so it's 1 through 4.
Right. Okay.
And it's like fine, but generally speaking, as best as I can ever see from all of my schooling is like if you show up, and you listen, and you're not disrespectful. And you do your homework, and you like that alone almost gets you like a 3, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because by the time you've listened and you've done your homework, like you can get a decent mark on a test. So like our baseline for them is like you got to get 3s,
right?
You know what I mean? Like 2s just to us is like you didn't try. Like this isn't hard enough now that like like you were legitimately challenged. It's like you should be able to get 3s. Anyway, so he came back with 2s. I think he even had a 1. Just unacceptable. So just like, all right, it's like you are not allowed to play game for 2 weeks.
It's like an eternity.
It is so long. Like I'm a horrible dad. No, man, upset, clearly not happy. I will say that what I found more interesting, and I don't know if it's because how we're describing it to them, because the same time, like the way we presented to them, it's like, What have we said about this with these games? Is that like it is your responsibility to meet the bar that we decided upon? And did you study for this? No. Like, did you do this? No. So he like self-admitted he could see it's like, oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
So he's upset and it sucks to lose games, of course, but he's not upset that like this is unfair. It's more just like, damn it.
Yeah.
And so what I found interesting is, so I don't know if it's new wave parenting in the sense that the way that you explained it to them as well was not, you explained it to them was not this because I said so. It was more like we set up boundaries. You went beyond boundaries. Yeah. It wasn't great. So here it is. But he was very accepting of it, right? But after being upset, it was just sort of one of those, he's walking around, he's clearly not happy, but it's like, yeah, I messed up. I got to study. I can't get bad marks, so this is going to be a long 2 weeks. And there was just this, again, like, not that he's like, yeah, games, but it's just, at least it was this almost maturity around it. It's like, yeah, do the crime, do the time.
Yeah, I think that's what at least this generation of parenting is trying to change. Because I remember as a kid that your consequence would be like a surprise, right? Like,
and what's behind door number 3?
Right? Like if they didn't threaten Santa not bringing presents, they threatened whatever else like brought you happiness, right? And it was always like, what can I take away from you to make you feel something, right? And I think we're trying to change that where it's just like, hey, this is the deal. So you understand. And we're all agreeing to it that if you don't keep up with your school, you don't get the games. You don't get the opportunity to play the games because like they go hand in hand. If you can show us that you're responsible enough to balance both, have at it. That's great. You build on that, you get more of it, right? Like you're showing maturity. That's great. And starting young and building up like that, I think it sets a great tone instead of just like, surprise, you don't get your bike this summer, right? Like what?
You don't get your bike this summer.
Like
you don't get to sleep on a bed this month.
Like no electricity in your room. I don't know.
Oh my Lord! Yeah, no heat in your room.
It's
open
just,
window.
I don't know about your childhood, but my childhood was just like, just random surprise. Like what?
Yeah, like it. Try to think. So I played hockey and they wouldn't take away sports
because they paid for it.
Well, that's the thing is like they paid a lot for that, and it's all that also punishes other people.
Yeah,
it's like a game, and now you're short, so it's just not like you can't punish the team for this transgression type of thing. But yeah, video games like no like treats, or if there was like some like you're gonna go out and do something, like can't do that anymore.
Right.
Yeah. This is sort of the wheel of misfortune, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
And instead, it's like, all right, you can do this, but like, you are granted this benefit only if you are responsible.
Yes.
And then when they're not responsible, it's like, what do you want me to do? Like you just had to get threes, and everything would have been hunky dory. Like my hands are almost tied. Yeah. And listen, I'm on your side. I'm as upset as you.
Right.
That you don't get games, but like here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're now upsetting me and I'm cranky. And now I feel like, I don't know, I get to play Fortnite with you or whatever, right? Like, it's just like, come on. This is good.
Oh, man. So, hey, gaming dads, have you had some particular successes with punishments? Have you had some better stories about like trying to take video games away and not succeeding? Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Now, that's the Minecraft thing. Did that lead into a birthday fiasco that you might have had to deal with?
Yeah, so I was going to set the stage a little bit differently where you're like, okay, it's for my 12-year-old's birthday party. This is kind of, so in our family, we've kind of said 12 is like the end of parties, right? So like renting out not a play place, but like renting out an arcade room or whatever.
Going bowling, to the bowling alley type.
Yeah, right, where you're renting a space. So we kind of wanted to go all out for it. We usually do like 12 is the big thing. And then onward from that, like you invite like a friend or two, go see a movie like randomly, right? Like that's your birthday from then on. Like that kind of makes more sense. So this one, we're like, okay, what do you want to do? And of course, my 11-year-old, now 12-year-old, is completely indecisive. Like just no decisions. We'll actually ask Google to flip a coin, which I didn't think you could do, but you can ask it to, and it will make decisions for you. So
there you go.
They use that. Anyway, they landed on like, hey, the Minecraft movie is coming out around my birthday. They knew that Jude screwed up, or like my 14-year-old screwed up previously. So they're like, oh, can we go see that like with some friends, right? So said yes. We'd rent out. There's this like little town, like little like tiny theater. You know, it's not a Cineplex. It's not a big name thing, but it's like a cheaper theater, right? That we could rent out a private room for about 10 kids, right? So we're like, you know what? It's like a couple $100. You get the movie, you get a private room. This movie is probably like pretty intense with chicken jockey stuff, right? So let's do it up, get it over with kind of thing. And at least we keep the kids all contained, right? Booking a birthday party like this is supposed to be easier as you get older, I would think.
Supposed to.
So not only like was my 11 now 12-year-old kind of fighting on like the decisions of like who to invite and when to have it and all this stuff, and like time's a ticking. The venue itself, it's like I want to hand them money. Like I want to have this, please
take my money,
right? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And then crickets. Like they didn't confirm numbers, they didn't confirm the date. I have to get back to parents. I'm like, I don't know when it's happening.
I'm not sure which room it is. Like
nothing, right? So bad that I had to, like, I'm leaving emails and calling them, and I'm feeling like a Looney Tune, just like trying to get a hold of them, trying to give them my money,
Yeah.
and where I had to physically go there and like track someone down, like on a Friday morning.
Where's Daryl? Give me
Right?
Daryl.
Yeah, so it was hard enough to try and get them to commit to it, and then the venue not just really supporting it. So much so that the day of, when the party like was kind of semi-confirmed, I didn't know if they'd actually have the room. Like,
Wow.
there was no communication to the point of when we're recording this show. Everything went over well. They eventually got in there, but I haven't received a bill from them. Like, this is the kind of place,
Yeah, you need to. Sounds like you need to go there again next year. This is
right?
great.
Well,
Free
then it might be
birthday.
double because they're like, hey, you have a late fee on here. Like,
Yeah, years worth of interest. It's a
Yeah.
$1,000 birthday party at this point.
yeah. So like, it eventually went over. Like, the room was great. The kids had fun. I will say the Minecraft like craziness that happens in the movie theater. We did have to tell one kid, don't throw popcorn, because they saw it on YouTube and they threw popcorn.
Are you up on it? Like I've heard that it's around a chicky jockey scene,
Yeah.
and that's the poem at the beginning of the show, and it's just people going buck wild. But I have zero other context. Is it just people have collectively decided to trash movie theaters and one scene? Like what happens?
It must be like a viral thing that the kids have all seen on YouTube, because there's nothing there to indicate that why would you like try to trash the theater at that point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and I don't know what the significance of a chicken jockey is. This is where we show our age. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But the kids will all yell at it, and I think just the energy of yelling at it may just, they throw their popcorn up or whatever they do. But there is a lot of yelling at that point. And it's everywhere, right? Like, even the news is reporting on it and stuff. It's just, it's its own thing right now. So, I don't know.
I'm trying to watch a video. So one is like somebody putting their feet. Another is, man, it's like 100 kids just like throwing popcorn up in the air. You just tell they've never worked at a theater before. It's just like, that's so upsetting. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, we got someone now throwing toilet paper.
Yeah, I think it's kind of exploded out of what now can I do for clout, right? I think somebody brought in a live chicken. I think that was one of the stories. But besides that point, I will recommend, if you are doing it, go on like an off day. Do not go on a Friday night, because this thing is still flying. Like, it's still packed. We would go off an off day. If you can rent out at like a little private theater and it's not like a fortune, absolutely, because the kids talk throughout the entire thing. Every single reference, they're talking about it. They're missing stuff. I don't even want to watch the movie, but I'm like, hey, I kind of want to know what's going on.
That's like, I'm here. I've paid the money. Like,
Right.
just, like, let me watch this thing.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know if it's just I was listening to the kids or trying to like rein them in, but oh my God, yeah, what we're watching on screen is like terrible. Like, that is chaos. And those are older teenagers, I think.
Oh wow, and in this particular case, looks like they turned on the lights. So I think they might have just got kicked out of the theater, like the whole movie theater.
Yeah,
did not seem to be enjoying this.
No, and I think one thing that the theaters could do, I know that they don't want to, but if they just don't sell concessions, they won't have much of, like, I know that's their
That
lifeblood.
sucks, man. Come on.
I know,
Come on,
but, like,
don't put that in the universe. What's up?
Otherwise, they're just going to kick people out. I'm like, yeah, I know. Kids have been through a lot, though, man. I don't know. There's been a pandemic. It's just...
I'll say this, like, it looks fun. Like, I get it. Like, the scene looks hilarious. Like, that scene comes up, and it's... God, you know what? This is this generation's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, it could be, right? Like...
Because we're too young to have experienced it, but apparently, like, there's a whole bunch of scenes in that movie where they scream stuff and they throw things and, like, look, anybody listening, if you don't know what to, like, look it up, like, Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, theater experience, and there's just like a whole series of things you're supposed to do, and it becomes this communal. So this is this generation's which is a perfect summation, because where that was about sex, drugs, and rock and roll,
Yeah.
this is a video game movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. It's how far we've fallen, Jeff. Like, we're so uncool now.
Yeah, like, What's funny too about that is like some of the kids at one scene yelled "nerd" to Jason Momoa's character, who owns like this old arcade that's failing, right? And I'm like, you're in a Minecraft movie. It's completely lost on them.
Yeah.
Like nerd means a totally different thing, and like,
So firstly, you're on Friday night. You're at a Minecraft movie, like
yeah.
Secondly, you're talking about Aquaman. Have you
Right.
seen it? Have you seen this man?
Yes, right.
He's like three of you, and like a golden Adonis as far as he looks like, and you're gonna call this guy a nerd. Bold choice. Bold choice, sir.
That's a lot, right?
Oh man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't like to ruin their fun because that just looks hilarious. That also looks fun. The problem is it's almost like that dad mode where it's like, oh, someone's gonna have to clean this up.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
You understand how hard it is to vacuum popcorn? It gets all over.
Yeah. Well, again, I told my oldest, I'm like, you need to get like a job soon. So this could be you in here, like cleaning up popcorn. That's not fun.
They should really just like, you can't give it to everybody, but the theater guy just sitting there with like brooms, like, all right, everybody, we're stopping the movie until you clean this up. 'Cause we ain't doing this.
Yeah, exactly, right? Pick up your
Don't want
stuff.
to ruin their fun, but good on them. Now, so last little bit of relay, like to wrap up the show. Also, birthday fiasco on my end.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
my kid's birthday is not for a couple months.
Yeah,
but-
right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. But he very, softly suggested to me, like, it's like, oh, me and my brother here, we've been working on this Nerf gun game. We got this like cool idea for a Nerf gun game, and I really want to do it for my birthday.
Right.
But I want to make sure it's good. So can I have a couple guys over to practice this Nerf gun game? And it's like, okay, reasonable request. And it's a Friday. Like, I love when you hang out with your buddies, so it's not going to be a big problem. So you know what? Okay, we'll get a couple of kids over. Not a problem. Now, this part's on me.
Uh-oh.
My assumption was, this is like on a Thursday, I started to message parents to hang out the next day, right? Come drop your kid off.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't think a lot of kids will show up. Because it's like a day's notice.
Yeah.
Like for a hangout after school. Like, so why don't I invite like 6 with the expectation of getting 2 or 3?
Okay. Right. Yeah. Like a buffer. Right. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because a whole bunch will say no, and this way we'll make sure. So I'll just cover the gambit because no one's going to like reply to me immediately. That's great.
Right.
So when 5 damn kids show up the next day, 5 blasted kids arrive, it's like, well, this is on. Damn it.
Yeah.
So what proceeds to happen is 5 kids plus my 2, so 7.
Right.
7 under 9-year-olds stomping around the house with dart guns, like just Nerf guns all over the place, doing some like video games, like playing show favorite Boomerang Fu.
Oh, perfect. Right.
Does not lose its quality, that game. Just a quick shout out. So 7, Jeff, 7 stomping around. And what I get them for, well, I got to feed these guys, so I guess like pizza. So 7 kids, video games, Nerf guns, pizza. It's a birthday, Jeff. He had a damn birthday before his birthday.
You're like, well, I can't let them leave without something. You have like the granola bars. I'm like, this is a loot bag. This is all.
I got some leftover Halloween candy. I'll just put this in. There you go. There you go, Junior. Take some toys. I need to get rid of these.
Who wants some deep and delicious cake? This is a cake. What do we?
I'll say that the kids were great. Like, they're all the good kids. Like, we're super happy with them, and it was fun. They mostly kept to themselves. Like, I will say, like, this kind of counter to yours. Like, birthdays here in some ways are kind of easier because we have stopped going to. We've kind of stopped going to places. Because ultimately they just get together and they just like bounce off each other and they have a fantastic time. So it's like, all right, like we have a pool, we have a big field across from our street where they can do Nerf guns and like drones, and they can do soccer and all this, and they all love soccer. So it's like, why are we going anywhere? Like, why am I going to pay for like $1,000 for a jumping place or some nonsense, or talk to a theater who doesn't want to take my money, like you, and just like have them here.
Yeah.
So, anyways. kid pulled it off. It's just like, hey, maybe we could just have a couple guys over to practice a birthday, you know? Resulting in a birthday party, which I should have seen coming a mile away.
No,
and
that's
then I'm just sitting there waiting for the pizza to arrive as the 7 of them are shooting each other's eyes out with like Nerf guns. It's like, yeah, well played. I'm an idiot. What do you want?
Was that when the realization like hit you? You're like, wait, this is a birthday. This is not like a dress rehearsal. Like, this is a birthday. What are we doing?
It honestly was with the as they were as I was getting the messages from the parents, because I cannot describe to you how confident I was I'd get 2.
Right.
But it's just like ping. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's come. Ping. Oh, this guy's 2. Ping. This guy ping. It's like, oh no. Oh no. There's too many.
They have a group chat. They're like, oh wait, Trevor's the one this week, so we're all gonna go out and drink.
Yeah.
To drop off your kids.
Hey, he didn't invite this one. Just bring him. Just like he's not gonna care. He's not gonna notice. He's not gonna do a head count. But it was all in good fun. So what can I tell you? And that thus is the adventure of dadding, and that's what we try to cover on the show.
Yeah.
Each week. Hey everybody, we'll wrap it up there for the week. Thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, what really does help us out is a subscription and a like or review. So doing that on any of the major platforms really helps broadcast the show to other gaming dads. Speaking of the show, if you do want to subscribe, you can find us on all the major platforms. So Google, Spotify, iTunes, Caster, anywhere where you get your podcasts, just search for New Dad Gaming. Same thing as our website, newdadgaming.com. If you have surprise birthday stories or sneaky birthday stories, did you experience Minecraft popcorn in the flesh? We'd love to hear them. Always like to get the interaction with gaming dads. Best part of running the show. Again, newdadgaming.com or at newdadgaming across all the socials. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and no chicken jockeys.
That you know of.
That I know of, right.
You hear some scuttering upstairs like, wait a minute.
Wouldn't be shocked.
Yes, sir. Remember, everybody, just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.